Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Bladesong. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today and a wonderful weekend. So, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope all of you, all of the viewers that have partners, I hope y'all enjoyed the day. For those of you who don't, I'm sorry that you are single on today. So, enjoy the half-price chocolates tomorrow. There you go. You can look forward to that. With that being said, though, let us hop right into it. What are we gonna do? Well, I don't have anything to scrap, so let's see here. If I can do these two. So, let's see here. We'll start with that one or this one. We'll start with this one. You're bent over your anvil, repairing one of your hammers, when a sudden voice at your shoulder makes you jump. Stacker. Hello, Smith. The man must move as quietly as a cat. He's small, wiry, with a balding head and eyes almost lost within deep black circles. He looks like he hasn't slept in weeks. You startled me. You should keep a better lookout, Smith. Named Stacker. I try to keep watch over the camp at night, walk the perimeter, check on folk, warn off thieves. He rubs his face wearily. 3 nights ago, I caught some fellas trying to break into old Marta's tent. She's got nothing but a few scraps of food and some blankets, but they were going to take it anyway. Oh. I called out to them, told them to move along. They just laughed at me. What was I going to do? Fight off 3 of them with my wooden club? I need a sword. Did they take anything? Aye, they did. Took her last bit of dried meat and the good blanket her daughter gave her before she died. Left the old woman shivering and hungry. All because I had nothing but a lump of wood. Next time, I want to give them paws. Even with a sword, 1 against 3 is poor odds. Thieves are cowards. All bark, no bite. The sight of a drawn sword will set them running. Ooh. Diplomacy success. Interesting. Although he sounds confident, he won't quite meet your eyes. A part of you wonders if this man simply no longer cares if he lives or dies. Why do you take it upon yourself to watch over everyone? Someone has to. The watch up in the keep don't care what happens down here, as long as we don't cause them trouble. We're on our own. The way I see it, if we stick together, we can make the camp, well, not a nice place to be, but not unbearable neither. Trouble is, people always want to claw at each other over who's got the most scraps. What kind of blade do you need? Nothing fancy, just something that'll make thieves think twice about whether they really want to push their luck. Excuse me. Alright, well, let's do it. Alright, so it's just a one-handed sword, so change the length of it. be very long. Regular point, so that's good. Change thickness. Change width. Put a point on it. Regular point. We'll do the cross section right here. And yeah, it looks good. Do we want to mess with it at all? Taper the thickness. We'll just get rid of that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Put that on there, and then put that on there. Yes, it does need a pommel, don't it? Yeah, that looks good. Looks like a solid sword. Takes the sword with steady hands, checking the balance and edge with a practiced eye. A damn fine piece. Exactly as I asked for. He straps the sword to his belt, adjusting it until it sits comfortably at his side. Thank you, Smith. Camp's lucky to have someone like you. I'm just doing what I can to help folk. I've been in this camp for years. I used to hide in my tent like a rabbit, but I'm getting old. I'm not too afraid of dying anymore. Okay. Alright, now then. A woman stands at your anvil, her eyes scanning the horizon. She flinches as you approach her. Isolde. Isolde. That's what I'll go with. I hear it at night, you know. Circling, screeching, getting closer. What? The others say I'm mad. That we left that thing back in the waste. But they didn't see what it did to my brother. The way it looked at me as it tore him limb from limb. It didn't hunt like an animal. It watched me, enjoyed my fear. I'm sure it's followed me all this way. Sounds like a good blade at your side could come in handy. I don't know what a sword can do against something like that, but I figure having a sword is better than having nothing at all. Sure, let's go for it. Alright, so your sword you want to be a little bit longer. So go with that. Change the thickness down. Change the width. You want a narrow point. Alright. Now we add the cross section. there's that. Then we go to the hilt. You want leather material. Okay. Alright, well. In that case, I can put guard. What does this do? Oh, okay. Sure, we'll put that on. And then one there. And there. Do I want to slap this on here? Probably not. There we go. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then we can change it to leather there. And there. Alright. She weighs the blade in her hand. The balance is perfect. When it comes, I won't hesitate. Not like before. Not like when I ran and when I left them. She pauses. The pause lengthens until it becomes clear that she won't speak again. You know, a sword can only do so much if you don't know how to use it. It'll do enough. I heard it again last night, closer than ever. Let it come. I'm not scared anymore. Okay then. Oh, nice, level 5. So, that means now I can unlock one of these. So there's this one. Engraver. Curved blades, or fuller. Engraver would allow me to increase my finesse, though. So I think I'll go with that. Ooh, organized mind would be really nice to get. We need help to unlock this skill. Oh, okay then. Alright, well. Let's see here, what do I got? salvage that at least. Let's see here. Let's go to the scrap peddler. Let's see here. What do you got? Heavy shackles, old tools, gold pendant, horseshoe. What I want though is this. So I'll tell you what, we will buy 20. And then we shall leave him. And now we will end the day. Oh. As you bury your tools for the night, never can be too careful. You hear a heart-piercing scream. Investigate. You find the camp in chaos. Figures run back and forth, knocking down tents, wailing, stumbling. The sun has just slipped below the horizon and darkness begins to fall. As you search for the cause of the panic, there's a sickening thud. A corpse has fallen from the sky and landed atop your bonfire, quenching it instantly. Ooh. Look to the sky. A winged shadow circles above, blotting out the emerging stars. It lets loose a shriek that turns your bowels to water. Knowledge 35%. Well, we're gonna try. Yep, failed. The creature's silhouette is unfamiliar to you. It shrieks unlike anything you've heard before. You can only guess at what horrors this nightmare might be capable of. Some around the camp are drawing swords and trying to organize a defense. You recognize your recently forged blades among those waving in the air. The creature's first dive is repelled by blades jabbing at its scything limbs. But it's too fast, too massive. It retreats to the air and then swoops down elsewhere, targeting other defenseless prey. Oh boy, watch helplessly. It descends on a fleeing woman, its jagged forelimbs plucking up the doomed soul. The beast descends. A few minutes later, the victim's carcass splatters on the ground. We'll try to lead the people to safety. Hey, it worked! You rush around the camp, grabbing the survivors and shaking them free of terror's grip. You direct them to take shelter beneath wagons and rocky outcrops. Anything more substantial than a tent. But the camp is vast, and you can't protect everyone. The slaughter continues unabated. At last, as more and more refugees flee for the cover of the lost city ruins, the beast strays too close to Aaron Keep. The invisible barrier crackles, suddenly alive with pale blue energy. Fierce tendrils of power skitter in all directions like cracks spreading through glass, and the beast shrieks in agony. Chastened, it swoops away, finally abandoning its banquet. A terrible silence falls, broken by the occasional sob. At long last, it's over. Help the survivors. You are now exhausted for 2 days. Oh, goodness. You wander the camp, reuniting separated families and comforting the bereaved. Finally, once you're so exhausted you can barely stand, you stumble back to your tent and fall into a dreamless slumber. You are now exhausted. A new day has dawned. Lovely. The morning air is crisp. The sun shines on devastation. Survivors wander the camp, some clearing away the bodies, others drifting aimlessly. Survey the aftermath. Tattered tents, extinguished fires, Bloodless corpses scatter the camp like autumn leaves. As you're surveying the carnage, a woman in a patchwork shawl hurries towards you, her face pinched and knot. She's dragging a small girl by the hand. Woman, I don't know if you remember us, Smith, but you kept me and my little Adina safe last night. Without you, I don't know what we'd have done. She presses a few coins into your palm. I don't have much. This is all I can give. Can't accept this. With some difficulty, you manage to convince the woman that you don't want to take her pitifully small savings. Luck be with you, Smith. Thank you so much again. As she... Oh, nice, I got inspired. As she hobbles away, her young child stumbling along beside her, you can't help but feel a surge of pride. We're now inspired. Let's see here. Look for Chev. Find her standing outside her tent, clutching her forearms, eyes fixed on the middle distance where the creature had vanished. She doesn't notice your presence. You alright? She jumps, startled, and then offers you a wan smile. Lucky to be alive, I guess. What was that thing? That was a Volgus, I think. We heard rumors about them back when we were fleeing Kurev. Terrible tales of them swooping down and killing whole caravans full of people. I thought it was all just hearsay until last night. It's gone, don't worry. I hope you're right. She drops her gaze finally from the sky. Did you lose anyone you knew? I'm not sure. Haven't finished looking around. Well, I'm glad you survived at least. She rubs her eyes furiously, as though waking from a long sleep, then glances around the shattered camp. Thanks for checking in on me. There's a lot of hurt people out there. I'm going to see if I can help. Alright, let's search for the Monders. You stop short when you arrive at their tent. The iron pot has been knocked over. The fire has burned itself out. The tent itself is a tattered wreck soaked in blood and gore. The beast ripped the tent apart and then ripped apart those within. Oh. There's more than one body, but they're too badly mangled to tell apart. A torn remnant of old Gita's tattered dress flutters in the breeze. Oh, so sad. Choloto is nowhere to be seen. You turn away. As you make your way back to your tent, you spy a growing crowd forming around the outer gate. Watch from afar. A mob has formed at the gate, shouting at the guards. It's a volatile situation, born of grief and rage and fear. Survivors of the attack voice a common complaint. The guards did nothing to stop the massacre. But really, their complaint is more basic. They're still stranded outside the city with no reprieve in sight. You suspect the guards would happily retreat to their stone parapets, but the wagons are rolling in. The gates need to be opened. Watch it unfold. Guards fan out from the gate, trying to keep the shouting refugees at bay with their shields. Back! Get back! But the usual tactics won't work today. One by one, the refugees draw swords. Sharp blades glitter in the morning light, and you recognize your own handiwork. Oh boy, they're gonna use the swords I made against the guards. Drop the weapons, or... The rest of the watchman's words are lost in a gurgle as someone thrusts a blade through his throat. The mob surges. The guards retreat, shouting for reinforcements, while the wagon is toppled onto its side and set aflame. Looters pull crates from the burning wreckage, yelling in triumph. Oh boy. Head back to your tent. Oh, nice. You beat a hasty retreat as more and more guards pour out of the gate, swords drawn, ready to enact bloody vengeance on any applicant foolish enough to have lingered. Ew. Well then. There it is, journal. The aftermath. Ooh. Alright, well. So, exhausted. Okay, it reduces my AP and finesse. But inspired. Ooh, increase earned XP and diplomacy. Nice. Anyways. I have 6 action points. What shall I do? Oh. There's Griswold. I can do his. There's Lockin, or Jamie, or Quathworn. No, that's not Jamie, that's Jamie G. Let's look at the rewards. Also, I do have 2 things I can salvage. Remember that. So, oh wow, that's 5 broken cartwheels. This one comes with 3 empty tankards, but I think I want the. I think I'll do 69, 72, 83, 69, 119. I might do this one, just because it comes with a lot of money, but it uses a lot of iron. We'll do JMG. That way I can salvage some materials. Customer at your forge has a greasy smile and empty eyes. JMG. I need a proper weaponsmith. I've come to realize that you can't get far in this world with just a rusty little knife. If I'm to claw a decent life from this chaos, I require leverage. And in times like these, nothing provides leverage quite like a yard of sharp steel. Alright, well, let's get to work on it then, shall we? Dang, you want a really long sword. Alright, well, let's make you a nice big old long sword. Hilt mode. You want wood materials, eh? Alright, well, let's see here. Alright, well, that works. Sword is taken, admired, then stowed away. Very nice. This should prove quite persuasive. The world's not fair, so it might as well be unfair in my favor, eh? Alright then. You do you, my guy. Alright, well, let's see here. Suppose we can break some of this stuff down. We'll salvage the old tools and salvage the horseshoe. Alright, Mr. Scrap Peddler, what you got? Sell you a broken cartwheel? Sure, why not? I don't need it. Now I'm up to 240. I want to buy another book. Nah, I think I'll just buy some more iron or steel. Some leather because I'm running low on that. Alright, goodbye, Mr. Peddler. And now we'll end the day. Kinda don't want to go to the outer gate just yet, so let's go to the Lost City. The Lost City. Let's go exploring, see if we can find something. Alright, let's go searching. Oh, another broken cartwheel. Okay. Uh-oh. As the gray light of dawn filters into your tent, you hear the tramp of boots through mud, the alarmed cries of your neighbors. Something is happening. Watch out, Smith! The guards are in camp. I think they're here for... Your tent flap is torn open. One of Aaron Keep's guards peers in, sword drawn. Oh boy. You! Out! I'm not gonna ask why. As you climb out into the light, Rough Hand sees you. Looking around, you can see a full squadron of guards have ventured from the outer gate, led by a woman with pinned back hair and a severe glare. She's standing over your anvil, contemplating it with an unreadable expression. This is him, Sarge, the one who's been arming the applicants. You recognize this fellow as the same guard you spoke to at the outer gate. There's a tree over there that looks like... There's a tree over there that looks a good height for a noose. Shall we get started? Oh boy. No, not this. It's all a misunderstanding. I never meant to hurt anyone. A guard was killed in the riots, and 2 more are in the infirmary. All thanks to you arming this rabble with blades beyond their station. You were the one who told me to prove I was a blacksmith. Shut up! He looks ready to say more, but his commanding officer raises her hand. The guard shuts his mouth instantly. Sergeant Glenn, wherever did you get the idea we were going to hang this man, Corporal? But Sarge, a guardsman is dead. Someone has to pay. The applicant who killed Briggs has been slain, along with 6 accomplices. Justice is done. If we blame the Smith, what next? Find the man who dug the ore and kill him too? Sarge! One more word out of your mouth, and I'll have you flogged. You were supposed to be on the lookout for a swordsmith, and now I see there was one under your nose for who knows how long. Rank incompetence. The guardsman suddenly seems very interested in his own boots. He just got ripped. So what do you want from me? You have no use to Aaron Keep if you're an untalented smith. Make a sword for me, something I'd be proud to have on my hip at the parade ground. If I'm satisfied with the quality, then congratulations, you're Aaron Keep's newest swordsmith. If I'm unsatisfied, maybe I let the corporal here hang you after all. Oh boy. My swords helped fight off the monster that attacked the camp. Do I get no credit for that? We don't care about the herd out here. The way I see it, it's good if something comes along to thin it now and then. Well then. Bring the sword to me at the outer gate when it's done. Oh boy. At a shout from the sergeant, the entire squadron swivel on their heels and march back toward the gate, jabbing spears at any applicant who gets too close. Chev approaches your anvil with rumors to share. Have you met Stacker, the self-appointed sentry who roams around the camp at night, trying to keep order? He turned up dead. I suppose it was only a matter of time. Apparently, he tried to challenge a whole gang of thieves who were menacing an old woman. He didn't stand a chance. They took his sword after they killed him too. Well, that's unfortunate. Anyways. I suppose I should probably work on this one. Oh, I need the curved blades ability to work on this one. Alright. Which is right there. So, I need to earn some XP then. Alright. Oh, I don't have the book to do this one, so I guess we're doing this one. Griswold. Alright. A haunched man shuffles towards your anvil, his hands black with dirt and a shovel strapped across his back. He's as short as a child, but wide as a barrel, and he stinks of soil. Griswold, I need a sword, eh? Why do you need a blade? All sorts of scurrilous rumors been circulating about this humble grave digger smith. They say I steal from the dead. One man in particular, he thinks I took his wife's ring when I planted her in the earth, eh? Well, I ask you, what use does a dead woman have for a ring? There's supposed to be an understanding. Don't dig graves for free. The dead are the ones who pay. Well, the dead are dead. No use worrying about offending them. Exactly my point. You and I will get along well, methinks. What kind of sword are you after? Something that'll make him think twice about bothering me. He's bigger than me, but a good blade evens the odds, don't it? Not looking for trouble, eh? Just want to be left alone to do my work in peace. Alright, well. We shall forge this blade for you. point, cross section. Alright. Then we go to hilt mode. Use here. Put this one on there. Then put this one on here. Then put that hilt on there. Make that leather. And what I can do is grab this, make this slightly bigger and make it an inch and a half. Boom. Yeah, that works out. Alright. He takes the blade in his dirt blackened hands, immediately testing its sharpness against his thumb. A thin line of blood trickles through the grime, and he grins with satisfaction. Now let that bastard come and test me, eh? I'll split him down the middle and bury the pieces in the maiden pile. Try seeing things from his perspective. He's in grief, and the ring you took might have been all he had for his wife by. Nah, I'm still gonna split him down the middle if he tests me. I ain't got no sympathy. My own family's been in the ground for years now. Old Griswold's all alone. The dead are dead. No use sniveling about it, eh? Fair enough. Alright, well. I don't think I can... I mean, I could repair blades, but I'd rather just salvage some materials. And we will, end the day. Go back to the Lost City. Do a little bit more scrounging for treasure. Sure, let's search the library. Ooh, a gold pendant. Nice. And back to the camp. Ooh. Someone was following me. Alright. I need a little over 400 XP. $420 would get me there. This one doesn't pay a whole lot, but it does give me some gold and wood. One of these two gives me a random trinket, but I think I might go for this one. A nervous-looking woman approaches your anvil, constantly glancing over her shoulder. Her movements are quick and jittery, like those of a hunted animal. Mina, someone's been following me lately. To the latrines, or when I go scavenging for mushrooms. Don't know who. I haven't seen their face. Can you make something I can draw quickly? But it needs to be long too. Hopefully just the sight of it will keep them away. Do you know what they want? No, and I'm not going to wait around to find out. Next time I see them, I want to be ready. Fair enough. Can't blame you on that one. Let's make you a sword. Alright, change the thickness of it. Change the width of it. Give it a nice regular point. Cross section. Alright, looks good to me. Alright, now we'll put that on there. Along with this. And a small pommel. And go with that. Alright. Looks good to me. She takes the weapon with relief. Her eyes are set within deep circles, as though she hasn't slept for a week. Good. I'll carry this everywhere and sleep with it close to hand. If my second shadow shows themselves again, I'll be ready. Okay. Ooh, I got a new pigment out of that. Nice. That's awesome. And now we shall get curved blades. But I don't have enough ability points to do anything, so let's see here. Salvage that, and then we'll go with a repair. Alright. Repair the blade. Oh, okay. It's a curved sword. Gotcha. Alright. So for starters, we'll do that. But then we also need to change the thickness of this blade. Sharper. It is very thin. Now the point. There we go. Now I probably could make it a little bit thicker. But then just make it a bit wider. Alright, fine. Go down a little bit more. Alright, yep, that looks good. Cool. Nice. Alright, well, time to end the day. Let's explore Aaron Keep. Should we explore the camp this time around or go to the Lost City? We'll explore the camp. Outside the walls of Aaron Keep, desperate souls gather in makeshift tents, pleading for entry. Wander the camp. Spot Choloto, Bennett Maunder's dog, digging up a bone from the mud. Wayne notices you. Choloto runs up, wagging his tail. Then he dashes off, pausing to look back. Does he want you to follow? Examine the dog. Poor Choloto doesn't look in the best shape. He's not flea-ridden, covered in scabs, but he's alive. Let's follow him. You follow Choloto through the ravaged tents, covering your nose to keep the foul smell of death and disease. At last, you arrive at the spot where the Monder's tent used to stand. Now there are 5 freshly dug graves in its place. Beyond you smell the small figure crouched over a dwindling fire. Approach the boy. You recognize Sandrick Maunder, Bennett's elder son. If he recognizes you in turn, he shows no reaction. His face has been etched into a permanent scowl. Choloto runs up to the boy's side and lays down. The boy scratches his neck absent-mindedly, poking at the fire with a stick. Sandrick, do you remember me? I know you. Says nothing more. His voice carries far more weight and grief than is right for one so young. Those graves back there, are they? He simply shrugs. Looking around, you can see no evidence of his family. The once vibrant Maunder clan has been reduced to one. Well, 2. Choloto is here, comforting the boy as best he can. Sorry about what happened to your family. Is there anything I can do to help? The boy gives no reaction. Choloto whines and rubs his head against his shin. Shares some scraps of food. You pull a hunk of bread from your pocket, your meal for the night. The boy's eyes light up. As though afraid you'll withdraw the offer, he quickly snatches the meal from your grasp and splits it in 2. Half goes to Choloto, who snaps it up in 2 bites. Thanks. Pet Choloto. Bid goodbye. As you turn to leave, the boy speaks up. If you come back and I'm not here, look after Choloto, will you? Poor dog's got no one else in the world. Choloto barks, his huge tongue lolling out of his mouth as his tail beats dust from the floor. You leave the 2 of them together, boy and dog, alone in a hostile world. At least they have each other. So, let's go back to the tent. And we shall call it here. I hope all of you enjoyed this episode of Bladesong. And I will see all of you again next time. Take care, everybody. Toodaloo.